Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an AD&D monster video on white dragons. I've done videos on black, blue, and green dragons. I'm pretty sure that players of a game titled Advanced Dungeons & Dragons at some point expect to run into dragons. I'm no genius, but to me that seems somewhat logical. Just saying. This one is about white dragons. White dragons prefer chilly or cold regions and make their lairs in icy caves in mountainous areas or in subterranean places. Now note, finding food enough to feed a large dragon is difficult in Arctic regions, so mountaintops seem more logical than deep subterranean areas. A dragon can fly from any area, so I suppose beggars can't be choosers. If there are no mountains in the area, then he's got to live underground. But as a dragon, I would pick a mountain top over an underground lair. A little harder to get to, a little more defendable. White dragons have a 1 in 20 chance to use magic. They aren't the brightest bulbs. And their breath weapon is a cone of cold, a cone of frost. And that cone of frost is devastating in certain aspects. Old dragons they have lived a long time, and they know how best to use their breath weapons. They know in what circumstances their breath weapons will work best. If they don't employ the best possible means, they won't live that long. Somebody will have killed them before now. Because dragons live in icy regions, Arctic regions essentially, there's the terrain is their advantage. Not only do they breathe frost, but they're immune to it, and they love the cold. Most warm-blooded things like player characters don't. If a group of player characters want to fight a white dragon, they have to brave the Arctic temperatures and a trek to that area of operation. Their AO is an ice-covered wasteland. Any player characters who survive the trek are prepared for the cold. If said trek is accidental and unexpected, which kind of limits how that could happen, but I suppose somebody could banish them there. They could be an accidental teleport something. Then the player characters may very well be half dead through starvation and or frostbite by the time they reach the lair. It's either planned or not. If it's planned, the player characters will have cold weather gear, plenty of supplies, and a plan for confronting said dragon. If that is the case, the dragon will have a difficult time and must be as savage and vicious as possible. He may even have to retreat if he's able to. Flying away is a useful tactic. Very few people can keep up with a dragon. If it's not planned, the player characters will not be well outfitted and supplied. If so, the dragon just should blast him repeatedly with his icy breath and have meat sickles later. That's pretty much it. He may have to use his claws and teeth a bit, but I can't see him having too tough a time. Most white dragons are pretty badass. Any player character is low level enough to be accidentally or unexpectedly stuck in that situation and then trek to an ice cave that houses a white dragon, well, they're pretty well screwed before they got to the cave. Just saying. Now, my contention is this. Because of how remote the area would be, any group of player characters going into a white dragon's lair are either there on purpose or they're not. On purpose, they have supplies, weapons, items, and spells prepared to deal with that dragon. The dragon should if I was the dragon, this is what I would do. I would concentrate on the spellcasters, especially wizards, and then once they are dead, destroy the group's supplies. Then the dragon can fly off and wait for them to die, or wait for them to leave. They'll either have to leave quickly and get out before they run out of food, or before they starve to death, or they'll die there, in which case the dragon has a nice meal. But now keep in mind, white dragons are not that bright. They're savage, and they may have a good head for tactics, but they're not that bright. So, you know, use your judgment in playing a white dragon. If the player characters are not there on purpose, which means someone stuck them there, or if it was an accident or whatever, the players may not be well supplied and may not know they are in a dragon's cave. The dragon should just basically kill them all and have a nice Chianti. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Any players that escape, if they're lucky enough or fortunate enough, or what's the word I'm looking for? If they can outfight a dragon at low levels like that, they earned it, let me tell you. But keep in mind, white dragons are not that intelligent. They're not like other dragons in that respect, but they are as evil and vicious as they come. So play them accordingly. Again, I'm not saying this is how you have to do it, but I found it works well in my game, and it's just advice. Take it or leave it. Most of all, have fun. If your players are having fun, you're doing it right. That's all I'm saying. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.